Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATR's War, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I'm Sam, the SLB, fearless leader of Bedlam Media and co-host of ATR's War, ATR Rising Sun. And alongside me today is the man behind X, wrestling's Nostradamus, Scott.
Yes, I'm back from assignment. I am Scott, ready to go. There's so much to talk about, and yet we don't know what to talk about.
And alongside with us as well is the third man, the man in black, my co-host from ATR Rising Sun and the main recipient and beneficiary of the Clone Ethan 2026 campaign, Ethan.
You will respond to you by my government name, Richard Dick Dudley.
He's joined us in the Glasses gang today. I like it.
Break it down. Sorry.
That's not even the.
I'm tired. Leave me alone. All right, let's just move on because this is getting out of control.
All right, guys, before we begin, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, smash that like button, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I've been, slaving away 5 minutes at a time, putting out these videos. But regardless, give me your feedback, comment, tell us what you think about what we're doing there.
Repost.
And repost. Why not? Why not? So, like Scott said, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of not stuff going on. Just in case we get into it, the time of this recording is happening before Backlash. Card has not happened yet. So if we talk about it, we're talking obviously in the present tense for us. So
Yes.
We are in that point in the year post-Mania. We called the last episode New Beginning for a reason. I feel like there are two beginnings of each wrestling year. It's the calendar year and then post-Mania. And for some reason, post-Mania seems to go out everywhere. Actually, I would even say the beginning of the year, Ethan, because half the time that's when the Japanese contracts are up. So,
Yep.
The New Japan and All Japan and all that goes on. We really just want to talk about for the next 45 minutes the new Pope, Elijah Burke, formerly the Pope over in TNA.
Dance with the Nero.
It's funny, I said that earlier, and I totally forgot about that gimmick because I loved him when he was on commentary over there.
He was real good. I enjoyed that a lot too.
He was honestly. This might be. I kind of liked him better on the comment. Like, he was a good wrestler, but I think he was better on the announce table.
I think he also was an announcer for NWA for a little bit.
I think so.
For a bit, yeah. I think kind of like a backup, like the main two were.
Yeah. I think for when we were watching NWA Power on YouTube, I think I remember seeing him as a commentator. But yeah, he's always been really good at that.
They can watch them on Twitter.
But seriously, this is the time of year where a lot of contracts are up, a lot of releases are happening. New signees. I mean, even I had mentioned on a previous TikTok that Tekla, that's her name, right? Pronounce that right this time? All right. She rumored to have gone to AEW. And if you guys watched AEW Dynamite, and I got to give Ethan the credit here because he pointed this out to me, a spider crawled over the AEW logo, which is her logo.
And also her nickname is Toxic Spider.
Well, that'll do it.
So, yeah, that was a good prediction. Obviously the Righteous are gone.
Yep.
From AEW Ring of Honor. Again, I'm going to reference my TikToks. I posted about Karrion Kross and the Righteous last week, and it seems to be everyone's on board with this idea. Everyone wants to see this. Now, as of we're recording this today, I'd sent them, was that an X? I think it was an X. No, Instagram, where Vincent actually posted a video saying it's time, and it was hashtag TikTok. TikTok.
Yep. And funny enough that you mentioned that, I actually saw that video on X, and I commented on it.
Yay.
We're attacking from all sides.
I forgot to comment, but I did see it.
That's why I really, I'm going to put this out here now because we are gonna be pushing middle of May when this drops. I'm talking in past tense here. It's like Back to the Future or something.
Underrated movie.
Incredible film. Incredible film.
Absolutely.
40 years to this year.
That
Universal
also blows my mind that it's that old.
Ethan
To
Picture
me,
movies.
Those three movies I consider a perfect trilogy. I'll go to the grave with that opinion. I'm going to make a prediction right now because there's something I had noticed watching Raw and SmackDown, which to me says something big is happening. He is going to win Money in the Bank.
That's not a bad prediction. I noticed something today. I saw somebody, I don't remember who posted it, but right now Karrion Kross has the #1 selling t-shirt on WWE Shop. So the fans are noticing, they're buying his stuff. I don't think this is a flash in the pan, guys. I really truly hope that Triple H is truly paying attention and that he ends up getting a push. And if he gets the Righteous to go with him, this could be something truly special. And it also makes me extra sad because I'd always wondered how a group like the Righteous would kind of work with someone like Bray Wyatt. And with Bray not being with us anymore, obviously that's something that's never going to happen. But I feel like the Righteous having the right platform to truly elevate how they are, I feel like, and having Karrion Kross obviously with him, I think would be something truly special. So I'm hoping that happens. And if we have to wait until Money in the Bank for maybe that whole thing to culminate in Kross winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, then that's fine. But yeah, I mean, that's what, July, I think, is Money in the Bank?
No, June. It's the same day as Fourth
Oh,
of
it's
July.
in June. Oh, it's next month. Oh, then that's perfect.
Yep. That's our fourth pick show.
The only other person, and this is another conversation we can get into, the only other person I think would go for Money in the Bank at this point would be Braun Breaker.
Do you think, though, that he needs it now that he's with Rollins and Heyman? I feel like maybe they're going in a different direction.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But I think what, at least my take, and I'm glad we can talk about this, Scott, because this is the first time with me watching like 3 weeks of Raw in my system.
It makes me so happy.
ATR.
If something, they're doing something with Karrion, I feel like he might actually be put in place of, because I don't know what's going on with the Wyatt Six. I've been watching already for like a month, and I'm like, they're all signed, and I haven't seen a single one of them.
Apparently, with that, Bo got hurt, and then now he's been cleared, and I think they're starting to like potentially tease something. They did something. I don't remember who it was. They were walking backstage, and they walked by a video screen, and the screen got all distorted, and like there was like lettering that showed up at the bottom, and I guess somebody freeze framed it, and it said Alexa. So I was like, oh, interesting. So there might be talk of putting her with the group, which I guess obviously would work, knowing what she had with Bray before. I don't know. So, but you're right. It's been a while. I think Bo has been cleared now for a little while. They just haven't had the right time to bring them back yet. And I kind of feel like with them being on SmackDown, I'm trying to figure who would they really have them go after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The God of Del Fantasma. I mean, am I wrong? That's the only group.
But
pretty much.
But I mean, you're gonna have whatever's going on with Karrion. I feel like they're gonna. You don't. If this was the Vince era, what Karrion is doing would lead into him fizzling out and then getting let go.
Yep, pretty much.
And the same thing with the merch thing. I swear Vince looked at people who were selling merch and was like, we should can him.
Oh,
Rusev in the Rusev Day calendar.
Oh, he's selling more on Cena. Fire the guy. Fuck him. Pal.
Exactly. And now it was Roman for a while.
Yep.
But Carrion, like I'm getting to, I think he's got something big going on. WWE, I mean, I've noticed their factions have been kind of fizzling out. They're kind of breaking up. I feel like we're at a point in WWE's time where you probably need to start building some new factions up, especially when you look at like New Japan. New Japan's doing the same thing. I mean, they're very faction heavy. All the Japanese promotions very faction heavy. But regardless, going back to Braun, for me, I think Carrion and Braun are going to be major players coming up going into 26. Braun, and I think I said this on my TikTok, my short, guys. I was trying to figure out what the deal was. I was all about it. I wanted to see Seth. Seth. Why would you need Seth and Paul Heyman? Seth can wrestle and he can talk. Why do you need him? We got Braun. Oh yeah, maybe a third person. Like, why would you need this? And I've really come to the theory. This is being built to make Braun the next guy, the next Roman, the next Cena. You're going to put him with legends who are going to make sure he can talk. Not that he can't, but you guys get what I mean.
Yep.
He can talk, he can wrestle, and he can have the look.
Mm-hmm.
He has the most beautiful spears ever.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he should call that finisher the speeding bullet.
The what?
Speeding bullet.
Oh, well, yeah. It's 23 mile per hour speeding bullet.
Or
Oh,
the sacrifice.
God.
Spell
No,
disaster for everybody.
we can't because that's what Pentagon's got, but I wish.
Oh,
But,
it's too bad Samoa Joe's not in the company.
he's fat!
Can you imagine? He tries to do Steiner math on Samoa Joe. Samoa would be like, wait, I've heard this before. What the hell?
I low-key can't want to see that now. Bro, go to AEW for like 5 minutes and go do that promo and come back.
Oh my God.
Well, back to the Righteous for a minute. Do you remember when they were first talking about the YH6?
Yeah.
You know who the original members were supposed to be?
No.
The Righteous.
Mm.
Because they were interested in them. Eric Young. Honestly, Eric Young does better than TNA. Hot take. There's a few other people. I think Rowan was supposed to be original, like Eric Rowan.
Right.
Dexter was originally slated. Joe Gacy was like kind of like up like this, but I think God, I miss Bray. That would have worked so perfectly.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Now, same with how Karrion Kross won Money in the Bank. You know how you debut the Righteous? Someone climbs up the ladder, and then poof, lights go out.
Yep.
They come back on. You see big old beefy boy Dutch. Yeah, doing that. I can't snap my fingers, so Scott's doing it for me. And they call themselves the Righteous Testament. Or the Final Righteous. I don't know which one sounds better. Help me out here.
Or
please.
you could, I don't know, you could change. You could, it doesn't have to be either of those. If you could even like
Spooky dudes.
the Final Testament, or you could do.
You could bring back the Final Testament. I mean, that name was great for them, but it's just for some reason, just AOP did not fit.
Yeah.
As
AOP
well
did
as
not
they
fit in that
thought
group.
it would. It just didn't work.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like what's going on there is going to be big. It's gonna be really cool. Again, and we've been saying this forever. There's been a void since The Undertaker. You have no. We said it should have been Bray. For some reason, they didn't want to just hand it to Bray.
Yep.
Missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like Bray should have been the one. Like, if anybody's gonna beat the Undertaker's streak, Bray would have been perfect.
That's going to be a short of mine this weekend. I don't know how I'm going to fit that into the schedule, but I think that's hot take because you and I have been screaming that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that future episode, Wrestling Hot Takes.
This is what we do. We feed Sam the short, ideas, and then he just turns them into magic. And
Just
people are watching, they're commenting, they're liking it. It's great. It's so much fun to see all this stuff. Just like, yeah, just kind of explode a little bit. It's fun. It makes doing this that much more enjoyable because it's like people are paying attention, they're liking it, they're saving it, they're favoriting it, they're commenting on it, and it's just like
Woo.
it's great. Like it's not like we're not getting like those real jerks on the internet because there's plenty of them. It's everybody's happy. They're giving their own thoughts on it, and it's just it's so my favorite thing to do is to make sure that I share that stuff. We do it twice a day. So doing it every day since Mania week, and it's been well worth it. So keep an eye out, guys. TikTok, and then it goes out to everything else a little bit later in the day. So pay attention because Sam's talking.
I kind of wish Aleister Black was on Raw so you could put them four together.
Mm.
The House Across. There, done.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, so obviously we had talked about, and you guys can go back to our last episode, we talked about all the releases. You know what we haven't talked about though? You just brought it up the other day. The belts, the Evolve belts.
Thank you. Yes.
So is that for like their official title now, or is that
Yep. So they so Evolve was an old thing years ago. We all know what happened. Now they brought it back. And WWE, they gotta put their brand on it.
Oh, of course.
So Stevie turned. This is the most Canadian thing ever. She is I'm not even kidding, the Prime Minister.
I know. I saw that.
I was
I
like,
was
yes.
like, are you absolutely kidding me?
So, because like they said she had an announcement, and like they taped them because it's at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know they did. It was rumored they were going to do the titles, and they revealed them. Honestly, like they're not bad titles. They kind of look like the old ones. Well, the men's old title. Can we take a break from the white strap for a bit?
For the women, yes. And also, those titles look far too shiny. Like, rub some dirt on that shit. Like, seriously, guys.
I know.
Like,
Holy shit.
any light hits it. And I'm like, I need my sunglasses for real because I can't see anything else.
Mr. Clean came in. Well,
right?
Honestly, like WWE's got so many because like they got there's so many. Hold on, I'm gonna look up all the titles. You two talk for a second.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. I mean, WWE has an abundance of titles. I do like the fact that obviously we have our ICR US both for men's and women's. It makes sense. It works. You have your dual tag teams. You have your women's tag teams, which floats between 3 different brands. But how many actual women's tag teams do we have left? Since WWE likes to delete them as fast as they come up. I don't know. So we'll see. But it's nice that the developmental brand now has their own sets of whatchamacallits titles. I'm assuming a tag team title is probably not that far behind, especially with them having a team called Swipe Right, which already look like 2 of the biggest assholes in the entire world, but it works perfectly for them because that's just how their whole gimmick works.
They're a good tag. I see them wrestling Beyond Wrestling and GCW and stuff. So I'm gonna name you all the WWE titles. That's okay, because there's too many. So the Raw, so we have the World title, Women's World title match, both Intercontinental titles, the men's and the women's, and the World Tag titles. Too many. SmackDown has the Undisputed title. By the way, can we just take out the Undisputed? Just keep the
no, they said they retired it. Just call it the WWE title and the women's WWE title.
Yes, the women's title. Speaking of women's title, US title, women's United States title, and the tag titles. Then we got the Speed title, which, by the way, El Grande America, I fucking called it.
You did. Poor Chad Gable still without championship, and El Grande comes in. He's been there for like a cup of coffee or a cup of Java, however you want to say it. And he wins a title right off the rip.
Took him 40 years, but he did it.
I mean, after coming back from being blackballed for so long, he had to swim the entire length of the Gulf of America to get back to the States.
Oh, fuck. This is great. And what we got the women's speed title and the women's tag title match. tag titles. Sorry, NXT. We got the NXT title, women's title, North American title, women's North American title, and the Heritage Cup. Which, by the way, they should just retire that.
At that point, yeah. I mean, they've taken away all the whole point of the thing. It's now just it's
Sun death.
it just needs to get retired. Maybe have a unification match with the North American title, and then just call it a day.
Yep. NXT tag titles held by the hanky tanky panky connection. And then we got the Evolve titles, the men's and women's, and then we got the ID titles.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the ID titles too. That's right.
Now we're gonna tell the AEW ones because why not? Because we're telling titles here.
Too many titles. We won't talk about too many titles.
Oh, wait till I get the AEW / Ring of Honor. Hang on.
God damn.
So AEW titles with the World title, International title, TD title, Continental title. Hot take: get rid of the Continental title. Honestly,
Too many titles.
World tag titles, trios titles, Women's World title, TBS title, Ring of Honor World title, TV title, tag title, 6-man tag titles. Remember those? Pure title, Women's TV title. I'm like, holy fuck! There's so many.
I know. There's like honestly, like I think the pure title should get brought up for the Continental. I think that seeing that more on television, I think would be fun.
Lee Moriarty should not be on Ring of Honor.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, take it off of Ring of Honor, put it in AEW, like, and just kind of run with it there. Because I always enjoyed those types of matches. It's more technical. It's more, you have to think instead of just being a sports entertainer. You actually have to be a little bit more of a professional wrestler for those matches. So I think that'd be more fun to watch. But it's not flippy shit, so it's not going to be on AEW television.
It's funny. The Ring of Honor TV title is more on there, and Nick and their champion's literally going away for the best of Super Juniors.
Yeah.
Which means same with all wrestling's done.
And go listen to that episode. We had that discussion on that episode. But yeah, I think they need to wind down a little bit on the titles. I get you want a lower mid card, a mid card. It's
Upper
the same thing.
mid-card.
Yeah, lower upper mid card, mid upper card. Sure. Developmental brand. You know what? You need to not have your titles in abundance as you do your roster. There's a reason why there's a title. And there's a reason why there's people competing for the title.
Yep.
I don't know. Too many belts. AEW's the same way. New Japan almost got like that. I'd probably get rid of one of their belts.
The dinner tray.
Yeah, you always had what's the one over there? The never open weights. Been there forever. That's a good lower card title. Their intercontinental title they had. Just go back to what they did 10 years ago. It all made sense. It all worked.
Shout that on top of the hill. Hill.
The hill, the rooftops, the mountaintops, all the tops.
Be like Darby Allin, Mount Everest, do a kickflip.
Right? Getting into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh yeah,
I'm happy he's still alive. Apparently, his trek is supposed to go until the end of March or the end of May. He's doing it for an entire month or something. I'm like, holy shit.
I didn't realize how long it takes to do that trek.
Right? I think right now, well, when he posted that about doing that kickflip, it was at 20,000 and something feet.
He was at base camp 2 or something, or camp 2?
Maybe. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
something like that.
Another 14,000 feet to go to get to the summit. It's 34,000 feet, right?
He's going 14, 15,000 feet, somewhere along that.
Climbing Mount Everest, including the full journey, typically takes around 2 to 3 months. This includes the trek to base camp, the acclimatization period, the summit push, and the descent. The actual climb to the summit from Everest Base Camp can take to 4 to 7 days.
It makes sense that you have to acclimate your body.
Climbers spend several weeks at base camp going up and down the mountain to acclimatize their lower oxygen levels.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going 35,000 feet up, I mean, yeah, the air gets a little thin.
So really the only thing here, we're totally off base. The only thing that So it really is not a long climb. It's just you need to be there to adjust your
body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Right? Good for him, though.
Darby,
Didn't he say he was going to plant an AEW flag on the top of? Yeah, that's
Yep.
cool. That's pretty cool.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna cash his Mount Everest, and then he's gonna win the world title.
Darby will be the one to take John Moxley out. It'll just take forever to happen.
He's gonna do a coffin drop from the top.
Mount Everest. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You didn't do the Tomatonga. Yeah.
Do we want to? You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be a bunch of news that comes through once we.
Oh yeah, no.
That's always how this works. Whenever we start doing these shows where we don't have like main topics, we're just kind of shooting the breeze and having some fun, and then we'll wrap it up and everything will be great. And then literally a half an hour to an hour after we're done and we're getting ready to post it for Monday, here comes some breaking news, and we're like, all right, well, now that we're doing shorts, Sam's on top of the ball, so this works out. This doesn't hurt us as much as it used to.
Let me throw something out there while we're talking about shorts. I am so 6 days from when this episode drops.
Mhm.
It is, the birth of yours truly, the birth date. Well, we won't talk about it here, but feel free, you two, to shoot me ideas. Because
I was going to say, like, what? Pause?
So no. I have an idea. Let me finish my thought. I've totally did I really get that far? Already gotten that far. So I was thinking a cool short that I want to do for my birthday, whether it be morning or probably morning. Famous things that have happened on my birthday in the wrestling world.
Ooh, I like that.
I have 2 off the
Okay.
top of my head. All right. So if you come up with others, we will talk about them offline.
I think I want to talk about, actually, while you guys chit chat, I want to double check something because I think something happened on my birthday that was actually a pretty big deal.
Maybe you should make that a short. Now if you Google your birthday and go to Pro Wrestling Wiki, it gives you a list.
Wait, what is it saying?
No. Famous wrestling events that happened on your birthday.
Ooh, love that. Wait, what's the website you said, Sam? Pro Wrestling Wiki?
Just type in your birthday and then in wrestling or wrestling. The one that does come up to is Shad Gaspard died when I was, that was 2010.
Oh no.
That doesn't count though.
Hey, cool.
It's sad.
I got some wrestling history on my birthday.
And it gives you a bunch of different episodes. It tells you a bunch of different things that happened. A
lot of wrestlers died on my birthday.
But yeah. Who do I share birthdays with? Sugar Ray Leonard, Dash Wilder. Oh, nice. Nisa Matsui.
I share a birthday with the leader of Steiner Math, fellow Scott, Scott Steiner. So yeah, this is gonna be fun.
I shared mine with Kelly, Shane McMahon, Preston Vance, Tommy Gilbert, Eddie Graham for wrestling, and Martin Luther King.
All right. Well, I'm going to be dropping that. So, thought that'd be a fun little one I would put together. Man, we really got. I'm literally Googling. We are never this bad.
It's not a matter of being bad. It's just, it's a light week. It sucks because, we're recording this before Backlash, so there's only 5 matches on the card I saw, so they really haven't added anything else. I don't think they're actually going to add anything else to this card. So I don't know. The card looks pretty good. There's 4 title matches, and then Pat McAfee and Gunther, which
That could be a match, or that could be a low key.
could be. I mean, the promo that they had on Raw, where Pat diced him up, spit him, chewed him up, spit him out, and then Gunther's like, "All right, well now I'm gonna murder you come Saturday." And I'm like, okay. And you can see Pat's face look like all the color came out real fast. So I'm like, all right. I feel like that's gonna be a fun match. Pat's gonna get some offense in, and then Gunther's just gonna absolutely destroy him. And it's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be hilarious at the same time.
You know what? This is what I'm gonna say. We're gonna wrap this episode up with this conversation. We're gonna talk about Backlash because I think this is a good talking point. And again, the show's already happened by the time you guys are listening to this.
Yep.
First of all, I totally agree with you, Scott. I think people forget how good Pat is in the ring. Think about McAfee and Adam Cole.
Yes.
Banger of a match.
Mm-hmm.
He has
3 years in the making, which was just amazing.
Incredible. He's just really good in the ring. He's incredible on the mic. I'm shocked he's not helping new talent with promos. Because what he did last week on the microphone, people spend years and they can't talk on a microphone.
I know.
But regardless, I know a lot of people are talking about this Backlash being kind of lackluster. And people feel like, and yeah, Mania in hindsight, it wasn't like the best Mania. It had arguably one of the best stages ever. If not the best, I would say that. This was not going to be a happy year. All right. And everything can end with WrestleMania 40 and Cody winning the belt and flowers and unicorns and rainbows. If any of you, and there's a chance that a handful of you have never seen this movie. Has anyone seen the movie Clerks? All right.
Yes.
So there's a line where they're talking about Star Wars and what Star Wars movie they prefer, Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. And I bring this up as I'm revisiting the pre-Disney era Star Wars right now, where Dante goes to Randall, he said the thing about Empire was it reflects life. It's a series of down notes. Everything just goes to shit. And you know what? With this Mania and what people are saying a lackluster Backlash, I think that's where we're at. You also go back to Karrion Kross. You go back to this new Dangerous Alliance. That's what I'm going to call it, the Dangerous Alliance at this moment in time. There's a lot of storms brewing right now.
Yep.
And it don't look good. But we're here for the ride because this is where the fun begins.
That's right.
I actually see a lot of hate for Jay. I'm kind of confused on that.
They've, ever since the Rumble and him winning, I think a lot of people wanted Cena to win. And when he didn't, they immediately turned on Jay because they're like, oh, well, Jay never beat Gunther. He was 0-3, going into Mania. So it's like, why are we doing this for a 4th time? Oh my God, it's boring. We don't care. And then when Jay wins, he wins via submission, which he is not a submission specialist in any way possible. So then everybody hated, oh my God, they made Gunther look terrible. Now Gunther's going to be buried and blah, blah, blah. And Jay's not an actual champion, blah, blah, blah. And they just bitch and complain and bitch and complain and bitch and complain. Meanwhile, they go to every single stadium that they're in, and there's anywhere from 11 to 20,000 people eating every time he comes out. So
for like 10 minutes.
Exactly. We're doing one more time. His theme song's playing every, over and over and over again. Who we honestly gonna believe? The minority of the internet wrestling community who bitches about anything if somebody breathes wrong, they hate them, Or are we going to listen to the fans who paid their money to go to the show, who are having a great time? And it's not like it's just a small bunch of people who are doing it. It's literally 90%, if not more, of the entire stadium doing it. Jay's over. He has been for a long time. I think he's doing a fine job as champion. His current storyline is a little muddied, which is fine, but it's like, I don't know. I'm waiting for the inevitable match with Logan Paul, even though today I'm supporting the former United States champion. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. Like the match he had with Rollins, I'm like, Rollins can't win the title, can he? Like, I don't that wouldn't make any sense. And the way the match ended is kind of, I was like, all right, this kind of makes sense. So it's like he's got Seth on one end, he's got Logan on the other. So it's like I think they just need to clean that up. And then I think whoever he ends up going with next, I think will, hopefully help elevate him even higher, because I don't think Jay's losing this title anytime soon. I think if anything, you talked about Braun winning Money in the Bank. It could actually be Seth winning it again. Does he need it? No. Maybe Braun does win and Braun gives it to Seth.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, they were pushing the whole heist of the century thing.
Right.
So you could do another. I don't know.
The good thing is there are many possibilities, and a lot of them seem fun to watch unfold. So I'm not on the hater train when it comes to Jay. Like, I've always been a fan of Jay Uso, and I'm glad that he's been able to have this title, I think, already longer than he was an IC champ. So let's hope that it continues. But yeah, that's my thought. Honestly, for me, out of this entire card, and I don't know how they did this so quickly, I'm most looking forward to Lyra and Becky. In 2 weeks, they turned a feud that didn't make any sense, really, to something that's been some of the most riveting television in the women's division, if not the whole show, that in recent history. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. I don't know if Becky's going to win. Of course, like I said, we're discussing this before the show happens, so we'll see what happens. But I think that one for me might be my dark horse match of the night.
I also agree. Lyra Valkyria, by the way, own Becky.
Bro, I know. I knew she could talk, but it's like, all right, like we're going like haymakers here. So yeah, it's like.
By the way, Scott, look at the group chat for a second.
Oh no. Oh
no, this is a good.
Let's go.
Good one. But yeah, same thing. I basically bounced what Scott said. Like the ones that are going to talk, it was like kind of like out of the blue. But I'm glad. But honestly, that problem changed my mind. That could be also a dark horse. It's funny how they didn't add Jay and Logan. That's probably gonna be I think Jay only holds the title until SummerSlam.
Probably.
Honestly,
I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we're getting any more than these 5 matches, unless they do something on SmackDown on Friday to add a 6th match. I don't see they're really having any reason for it. I mean, it's a Saturday night show. Obviously, Cena and Orton is your main event because it's in St. Louis. Cena's going to win via shenanigans. It's going to happen. Probably see Travis Scott again. So
please no, I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah, we're going to hear Fiend forever. So you just have to get used to it. It's also fun because for me anyways, the 2K25, the first DLC patch comes out on Tuesday, so the day after this drops. There's a special celebrity guest that they haven't announced yet. I'm assuming it's probably Travis Scott, which would be kind of interesting, especially with the whole thing with The Rock and Cena, if they actually ever do anything together again on TV. But that was bringing out like Julia, Jordan Grace, and the Motor City Machine Guns. So those are 4 very, very welcomed wrestlers that people are very excited to have finally to play. So yeah, I look forward to having some fun with that come next week.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 slippery lists on that DLC.
Well, no, on that one there's just the one. The next one there's the 3 basketball players, and I'm like, why?
Oh, I see. Oh, Jesus
But at least
Christ.
with that one, we get Abyss and the Great Khali to go with it. So I'm most excited about Abyss. I'm not gonna lie. It's the first time Abyss has ever been in a WWE game. Obviously, like we've never seen the character come out, but obviously the man behind Abyss is a producer for WWE. So that's really cool that they're giving him his moment as Abyss. I'm very much looking forward to seeing which attire from TNA they give him, and how he looks, because Abyss has gone through many changes over the years. So I'm excited to see what happens. And obviously, Great Khali. I mean, come on.
He has tattoos.
I know,
now.
I saw, but he's just like, yeah, he's always been like, I don't know. I felt like they could have done more with him when he was there, but I don't know. It was a different era back then.
Speaking of TNA and NXT and stuff, did you watch NXT
did.
yet?
I watched it right before we recorded this, so it's fresh in my brain.
Okay, good. They're making history, boys.
Yes.
Battleground.
Joe Hendry, Trick Williams for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and I have.
Oh yeah, that is a picture. By the way,
that is a picture. Exactly. I think that is our. Is that our next picture, or is that
that and Double or Nothing? It's a double.
Doing it night. They're doing the same night. We have a double pick show, so that'll be, you know what, 2 weeks.
Yep. I was gonna make a prediction that I forgot his picture, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
As a, yeah, don't ruin your picks yet. We're gonna save it for the pick show.
Oh, by the way, remember Scott when I said you might have to walk with someone last night?
Bro, I'm telling you, like, there's not a lot of things that get me emotional, but hearing that strum and the crowd getting that excited, like I've been watching him in TNA because I'm still a little behind, but I'm catching up. So he's been there, he's been doing his thing, and it always made me, I liked Elias a lot. Ezekiel, his younger brother, I could do her, whatever. But like I always enjoyed Elias's story. And obviously they let him go and he went around the world for a while, and then he ended up, now he's in TNA as Elijah, or maybe he's Elias's slightly older brother or slightly younger brother. I don't know how they're gonna do it. It also makes me sad that KO was injured, because KO would have had an absolute meltdown.
There's more of you.
So yeah.
No, I'm a lot. It's fine though, because I guess people were saying I watch on the CW channel. I guess they said, because people were saying, "Oh, it's a lie," but they were censoring the Elias. But I was like, "Did he own the trademark?"
Yep, they did. They did block it. He said, "Hello, my name is Elijah," but you heard nothing. But I watched the video on X where they actually said it, so I was able to hear it. But I knew, obviously, because I had seen it, so I turned my volume of my phone on my television just when they hit the strum, and you just hear the bubbling of the crowd, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" and they just blow up when he walks into the light. Yeah, it was great. I love that. It made me emotional. I was like, this is like, I love shit like this. It's so much fun that they've been able to do that with TNA stars that have left WWE or NXT. And they get that moment to come back. Like, did the same thing with Fandango when he came back. So it was just like, and they did it for Santino too. They played his WWE theme when he came out, and
Ash by Arrogance.
Same thing with Ash. Exactly. It's just like it's. I love that this is happening. It's like, this is like one of those like best timeline scenarios. If you want to talk about like, MCU multi, shit. This is a great time to be a wrestling fan if you are a fan of TNA, fan of WWE, and it's nice to see these things happen.
I'm so proud of it. You know what's funny before we end? Like how AEW now Grand Slam Mexico and Grand Arena Mexico. WWE's like, hold my beer. I got one better. When they bought AAA, it's like, wow.
Yeah, the AAA purchase was surprising, honestly, and them announcing it during WrestleMania weekend, and then there was the rumors of the potential signees including one Alberto Del Rio, which Sam made a short about, which actually kind of took off pretty quickly. But we don't know, honestly, if that's really true. Like, we don't know if the titles have just been absorbed or if he really signed a new title. Like, we're hearing lots of things on both sides. So it's kind of up in the air. We'll see what happens if stuff happens. But, I think, what was it, June 7th, they're doing a Worlds Collide?
In the afternoon at
Yeah,
TF
because
Farm.
they have NXT. What is it? That's right, Money Bank. That's right. Thank you.
Guess they're doing it at the same building at the Netflix premiere was. Give me Vikingo and El Grande
Seriously.
Americano.
Like, I'm so happy that
versus
he's the Vikingo is part of WWE now. It's just, yeah.
That dude
He can go.
Oh, you know who else he's got? Him and Javon Evans. A bouncy match for literally 20 minutes.
That'd be
bouncy.
It's insane. Yeah.
That you want a definition of a video game match? That's your definition of a video game match.
But yeah, so there's some exciting stuff coming. So yeah, I look forward every week to Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and some Saturdays or Sundays. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, regardless of what you watch.
What you really, really watch. What you really, really watch.
Yeah, no, there's that's another one I'm gonna probably make a short about. We just need to stop doing this tribal. I'm gonna start calling people out on TikTok because I can't.
Do it.
We need to get rid of the tribal BS.
It's true. Just enjoy wrestling. There's no need
Enjoy the ride.
There's no need to want one company to fail and the other one to succeed, because competition drives the wrestlers and the companies to do better. So the more that is out there, it's better for all of us. So like what you like, but don't hate on everything else. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But don't wish it ill. Don't hate on other wrestlers for the sake of because they work for another company. And this even goes for the wrestlers. And I'm looking at a bald man right now, not on our thing, but
all right.
on X that likes to talk his mouth a little much. And I get that he probably had a sour exit from a company, but he needs to calm down a little bit. Let the boys have some fun.
Javon roasted him, man.
Just calm it down a little bit. Just let everybody have some fun, no matter where they are, no matter where they're at. Just let it happen.
Like Brian said, to enjoy wrestling, don't be a dick.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's always going to be some sour, sour taste in their mouth. You're not going to tell me one way or another that Bret Hart is still not sour with WWE after all these years. I think he's sour with everybody, especially Goldberg.
I was to say, especially Bill Goldberg.
It's been years. Hell, there were things that, man, we were just talking about this. I was on the phone with my brother. We were talking about my own family, and they were talking about, there were things that people were pissed off about practically in their deathbed that happened in the 60s. And you're like, why?
I know.
Why does it? And again, you weren't there. You don't know. I think Ricochet definitely has to cool down. I think he has every right to be mad because he was signed. He was hot. He was piping hot when he got signed, and then he became a squash guy.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed if I went from really good to just kind of like being in catering for a long time. Yeah. Now he should be grateful. Argument aside, that he is now arguably doing his best work right now in AEW.
Oh, absolutely, and I love watching his stuff. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. The laugh is annoying as hell, but that's the point. It's doing its job. The bald thing, it's hilarious, but it's doing its job. And if he's doing this shit online in character, that's fine. But sometimes you need to read the room, and I think he sometimes has difficulty doing that. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't be in character, but some of the stuff that he's said kind of makes me think like, is this a shoot, brother? Like, what's going on here? It's just, I don't know. It's a little sus, as the kids say these days.
It is, but also I would go hand in hand where he has always been a face and all of a sudden he is a heel. And even if this is a heel move, you might want to be like, if you're working with these people, again, I don't know, I'm not in the business. You know, you might want to say something. Hey, you know, start some beef on Twitter. You know, it's not going to go anywhere because we're in two different companies. He's no MJF right now. Where you're just like, he's in character. He
lives the gimmick. He lives the
beat
gimmick.
up a child in a playground, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's part of the gimmick." I mean, I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Yeah.
When Javon had that tweet, he was just
roasted him. Oh my god! I read the whole back and forth between them. I'm just like, wait a minute.
Someone's like, that's not Javon Evans, that's Jay Malachi. I was like, oh no, we're shooting brother. But I think they already told him to delete them because they got deleted real.
Oh, they're all gone. I didn't notice that, but that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so I think they already told them.
I mean, honestly, I actually did think about that when I was reading this. I'm like, I wonder how long these are going to be here because I feel like PR is going to be like, hey, cut the shit and delete this.
Stop calling people crackheads. Stop calling people crackheads.
Right? God.
All right. Well, did you guys see that Hulk Hogan thing? The new wrestling.
Oh, that's right. What was it?
It's the whatever it is. It's supposed to be amateur wrestling, pretty much.
By the way, Sean Bedra is forever a baby face in my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's trying. You know, regardless of where you stand, I kind of get where you. I'm glad he's not trying to create another promotion.
Right.
All right. There probably needs to be a spotlight on amateur wrestling. Because Kurt Angle has said it himself. He goes, well, why did you go into professional wrestling? Because there's no money in amateur wrestling.
Correct.
There's none. You know, so I can give him his flowers if this is what he intends to do. Now, is Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff the people who I would prefer to do it? Probably not.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't. It just. That's like Taylor Swift opening up a music school.
Don't get the Swifties after us.
Oh, I will be Aragon, and at the end of the Return of the King, sword wielding. I'm gonna go into battle and get beaten up by a bunch of millennial women who are obsessed with that woman.
Son of a bitch. First, we're gonna get the Monet fans that stands that dress, and then we're gonna get the fucking Swifties. Thanks, Sam.
Listen,
the day that woman changes her theme song, I think will be the greatest day in professional wrestling.
And Sam's life.
Really, it's really that theme song. Like, when I think about what she's been, because it's the little things, all right? It's always the little things that overshadow the big things. We will go back to Revolution, was it 2020? 2021 with the exploding barbed wire death match?
Ah, yes, the Sparklers of Death.
Where everything about that show was incredible.
Until the main event.
And
that's the only thing I remember from that show.
Yeah, which sucks.
It is
sad.
But that's the only thing that I remember because it was the last thing. That was the first time I was ever truly disappointed in AEW. And I remember after the show had ended, I got off because I bought a traditional pay-per-view and I sat there and I'm like, thank God the rest of the show was good because I would have been one of those people who be like, I need my money back because that was effing awful. But I think honestly, I think I might have bought maybe one or two more AEW pay-per-views after that, and ever since I haven't. which is
Scott retired from the pay-per-view
it's
buys.
just like, come on. Like that was just it put such a sour taste in my mouth when it came to spending more money on something that I'm like, this isn't gonna do anything for me.
But going back to what I was about to point out here
Sorry.
is with Mercedes. No, I get it, and this is kind of what I'm getting at, where there were certain things that Mercedes was doing, and I'm totally missed. You know what it was? When she does her backstage promos.
Mhm.
When she's backstage and the theme song doesn't go.
Yep.
Incredible character work. When I walk away to the bathroom when she's coming out to her theme song, and then I come back and watch a match. And I'm like,
That's same piss break.
Damn, she's really good.
She is. The theme is awful.
The theme is horrendous. You know, they've put people into jail for less, you know.
Yeah, Mike, you're right, guess.
Without getting me all worked up, guys. We have 4 minutes left.
And don't come back till you get $200.
That's right. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
All right. Well, I know we have a few minutes left, so I'm just gonna try to make this quick. Oh shit. Okay, where do you think all the release superstars are going?
Oh lordy.
AWTNA. I don't know. Actually, no. Now I don't know. Some could go to Stardom. I think some of the women could.
Dakota Kai, I can see North America, Deadlock Pro, because she's friends with the Deadlock Pro guys. If I could see her in TNA, honestly. Japan, Stardom.
Mm-hmm.
Now she had a run there before, boys.
That's true.
So.
That's true. Well, I mean, we already know that Cora's gone to OnlyFans, and that's probably where she's gonna live now.
Boo!
I mean, God bless her. I mean, she wants to do that. She wants to go the Mandy route. God bless her. Off she goes. Let her do her.
We all know she's gonna trash WWE. Come on, Mandy Rose.
I mean, whatever. It's irrelevant. I mean, I felt like she could have been a major player, and then injuries just sidelined her, and then who knows what else happened backstage. We don't know. We're not there, so I'm not going to speculate on it. But she's no longer there. I still think she's supremely talented, but if she wants to go that route right now, God bless her. I'm sure there's going to be lots of people that are going to wait for whenever her thing starts to sign up for it and just whatever.
June 2nd, Scott.
See, I didn't know that because I don't look at that stuff. I don't have any reason to. Plus, I'm far too old to look at that type of shit. For you people who are that young, no. Sorry, not gonna happen.
No, people are posting. Like I wasn't even trying, but people were looking because like everybody's like, "Oh, look, she's on," and it says on the bottom. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Cedric Alexander could be in AEW, or honestly, I think he'd be better fit in TNA.
I can see a lot of the talent going to TNA, and then still finding their way into NXT stuff.
Giovanni,
I think people like. I think Casey, might be done, and she might go back into like the American Ninja Warrior stuff, maybe.
Danny Palmer's retired, eh? Danny Palmer retired.
Yeah, we really didn't see much of Danny Palmer on TV. I know she was injured a lot, and I think she might have also been in like a lot of developmental stuff too.
She had hip surgery.
So clearly she's not going to be doing much recovering from that.
And she's younger than I am.
Yeah, well, wrestling takes a toll on your body. So
well, also that stupid tweet of Florida that was
it's just
That's all I'm gonna say about that part. Or Instagram story, but again, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Shayna Baszler, I could see you doing GCW a lot.
She could. I also think she'd be great in Japan.
Dude, yes. She wasn't starting for a while.
Yeah.
So, and then we got Mara going up there. Fuck it, go to Noah and win the GC Women's title. Boom. Done. But make her, by the way, whoever books her, besides Josh Barnett, because we all know he will make her this. Make her a fucking
like she
killer.
Was back in NXT.
Not a literal killer.
I know. Well, yeah. We'll make her, destroy everybody and not turn into a vampire. Thanks, Vince. Thanks.
Thanks, Finn.
Thanks,
You
guys.
fucking prick. Hey, that's my thing.
All right, Sam, get us out of here.
All right, guys, before we head out, Ethan, why don't you tell people where they can find you at?
All over the world. No, it's good. You can follow me on Twitter, wrestling_fan_9. On here is ATR for the Japan stuff, which keep an eye out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow me on the websites, pwmedia.com, bodyslam.net, Turnbuckle Times 1, and then my podcast, Walk Beats and Podcast, every Friday and Sunday. Yeah, your church guy.
You can find me pretty much everywhere, Scotty J Stream. We will be back with live reactions for Saturday night's main event at the end of May. Whether it's just me or Sam and I, because I don't know if Sam's going to that show, because it's in Tampa. Tampa having 4 events day after day after day after day at the end of May.
Oh my God, I forgot.
So I don't know. I don't know if Sam's going to all of them, some of them, none of them. We don't know. But either way, I know at least I will be on for live reactions for Saturday night's main event. And then from there, we'll see. But yeah, stuff's coming. It's gonna be good.
I'm gonna probably at least try to get to one of those because it's not even in Tampa. It's north of Tampa. It's like 20 minutes from my house.
Perfect.
Very close, right next to Busch Gardens. But guys, you can find me as the SOB official. I handle the Bedlam Media, X-Count at media_Bedlam. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and don't forget to follow us on Discord. We're on all streaming platforms. Please make sure you follow us on there. Tell people why Bedlam Media and Above the Ring is the podcast of your choosing and why they should listen to us as well. Guys, we are way out of time. TNT's about to kick us off the air. And as always, do not forget to join the Bedlam.